Hey, this is Andrew Norp, and welcome to A Fool's Errand, a podcast where we plan to fail, make mistakes, and learn 12 skills in 12 months. It's episode 10, week 1 of Piano Month. This week we'll discuss if I like piano and how bad I am at it. You guys may notice how terrible the audio quality is right now. You came to A Fool's Errand. What did you expect? Good audio quality? Well, that's because we have, not one, not two, but 3 guests on this week's episode. Because I have a weird amount of friends who play piano, and one friend who half played piano, and we were already hanging out with them, so they kind of just had to come. And I wanted to kind of just ask them some questions. Some podcasts have like experts come on. We have people who are really mediocre at the skill come on, and then we ask them questions because they're closer to us. Oh, you think you're an expert on piano? You're not mediocre.
You said mediocre, and that is a compliment.
It is a compliment
to me.
That's true.
So thank you.
We'll just introduce everyone real quick. We have Lex, who knows like 25 instruments.
I know like 3, and then I'm gonna learn another, and then another.
What about that whistle I gave you? Does that count as an instrument? I gave him like a really.
I know how to play the nose flute.
Yeah, but that's like not even that instrument's like not even in tune. So I can play the mouth harp.
The mouth harp.
Cool. I have 4 instruments. I got it.
And we have Callie, who you can play a piano, right?
Yeah, I can play piano.
She said she can play piano. I've never actually seen it, so we don't know. Yeah. And we have Megan, who at one point played piano.
I know how to play the nose flute, though.
That is an equal value.
Yeah.
So if you guys are new here, I'm trying to learn 12 skills in 12 months. This month's skill is piano. I am trying to go from literally no knowledge in piano, as you will hear later, to being able to play a song. A song I have not yet selected. I'm still thinking about my options there. But play like a pretty complicated song. So I wanted to have some people on who actually play piano to tell me how hard they think this will be, stuff like that. We haven't had many guests yet, but I plan in future episodes to have more guests. And I plan to make a studio that isn't a shed in my backyard that's the echoiest place in the known universe.
I think it's quirky. I like it.
But some of us need to leave pretty soon, so I'll jump right into the questions. What level of talent would you say you're at? And abandon all humility, as I have done.
Like 1 through 10, or
no, like what could you play? Like, name like a song, or like you can play with. You can like have.
Yes.
If I plopped any piece of sheet music in front of you, would you understand what each thing on that piece of sheet music meant?
No. Well, actually, I would understand it.
You can but could you read it? Like, right?
Yeah.
It's like you can read all sheet music. Megan?
If I spent like 30 minutes, I could. I'm very good with tune and beats. I'm just bad at reading sheet music.
Yeah,
I'd say I'm the opposite.
And then
I'm bad at sight reading, but I know everything.
There, see, then we have Lex, who's literally omnipotent.
Omnipotent?
Normally if I was recording on my own, I could Google it, hear it a couple times, and then it's really easy to edit when you're just one person, but it's harder with 4 people. But so what level of talent? Like, can you play pretty complicated songs? Here, we actually have here. I'm going to play right now a song I've heard you play and recorded. Go. But okay, so we've established that you guys probably have more talent than I do.
I don't know about that.
How long have you been playing piano? How long did it take you to get where you are? You can read sheet music. You can play with both hands. You can sight read some sheet music.
I don't really know exactly how long, but I started when I was I think 8.
Well, that's pretty simple math, Lex.
And then
how old are you now? Minus 8.
No, but I don't remember what age exactly I stopped.
Yeah, so
I started again.
Oh, okay.
I played for 2 or 3 years. I never fully learned how to read sheet music because I couldn't be bothered, to be honest.
Reading be like.
Yeah, I couldn't I just didn't feel like it, to be honest, so I didn't. But actually learning how to move your hands was pretty easy for me. And then once you kind of know how to fake it, you got it.
Yeah, fake it till you make it is actually a good life motto.
But if you get good at reading the music, then you probably would be able to get it decently quick, but it still is something that you have to like get better over time slowly.
So far in my experience, sight reading hasn't been that difficult for me. Like I mean, it's still obviously difficult. I'm not good at it, but like I thought it would be really difficult to learn how to read the notes, and that has been the easier part. The harder part has definitely been telling my hands what to do. And you think that you tell your hand to do something and it does it, but that is a lie. You tell your hand to do something and it does what it feels like.
Yeah.
Just like how even like in my chess month I discussed this, I would like be like, oh, I'm going to think about my moves before I make them, and then I just wouldn't.
Yeah, basically, basically what music is just like all muscle memory. Once you do it, your hands will literally just know what to do, and then you can literally just go blindfolded. That's what I know. Like,
you guys are going to hear more of Lex later because he actually came to teach me some piano. I recorded that, so in our more journalistic part of the episode. So, what was the hardest part, you think, learning piano? I think we were kind of already discussing that, but outright, what's the hardest part of piano?
The hardest part for me was putting both the hands together, left and right, and then also learning the quarter notes.
Oh, yeah, quarter notes sound difficult. That's like so quick, right? Yeah, putting the hands together has definitely been hard. I had like a whole 2 hours where I'm like, I don't think this is possible. I just don't think my brain can do that. And yeah, where I'd be like doing, it was like, you know, like the pat your head, rub your belly like this thing, where I could be like, I can do this so well on this hand, and then like you try to do it at the same time, it's like, brum, brum, brum. It's the same thing. It's weirdly complicated.
It's hard to do, but once you get it, then it's pretty easy. It's just the first step, and you're like, oh my gosh, how do I do this?
Yeah. The thing is with like other skills, sometimes like you play a chess game and you win. I don't know. Chess games aren't like, but there's a certain part of your brain that is literally like triggered or like activated when music occurs. That's been proven. So you can. I've never activated that part of my brain on my own, right? Like, because I'm so bad at singing, I've never sung and been like, that singing sounded good. I've only ever heard other people like music peeps. And so this is the first time I've ever like done it, and then that brain was like, ooh, that sounds like music. I'm like, and I did that. So that'll be a fun thing to do. I mean, I bet it's the same way with painting. You can paint something, you'll look at it, and your eyes will be like, that's a painting, right?
Yeah.
You paint, right?
Yeah, I paint. You just eventually get good enough that you're like, wow, I did do something good. And like, you're going to mess up a lot and you're going to hate it a lot.
Yeah.
But then there's that moment where you do it decently and you're like, I did that pretty good.
And I thought it was going to be normalized, like, because it takes so long to learn that by the time I could do anything that sounded anything like music, I would like, it wouldn't be interesting anymore because I was so used to it. But it wasn't like that because it doesn't take that much effort to make something that sounds like music, because like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star sounds like music, and you can do that within 5 minutes. Okay, so what do you think, in all honesty, my chances are of going from where I am now to like proficient and able to play most sheet music?
I think
in a month?
In a month.
Pretty low.
I think you could go pretty high.
You would have to practice like at least
a lot.
Like 4 hours a day because you need to have like 200 hours, like 100 to 200 hours a year to master an instrument.
If you've said so far that you're pretty good at reading sheet music, so if you can just really fine tune that and then maybe do like hand exercises, like you can look up online probably like just exercises to get your hands to want to move the way you're telling them to. So for you it seems more like that hand thing is what you're trying to do. And once you get that, you'll probably be pretty set for a while. But in full honesty, being able to take a piece of sheet music and like read it won't be too bad. But being able... So if in a month you're trying to be able to play like super duper well and be able to read sheet music super well, I don't think you'd be able to do that. You could probably get really good at reading sheet music in a month, but actually being able to do it as well, like actually play it as well, would be good. Like you could study a sport and like know how to play that sport in theory, but actually physically being able to play that sport, you probably wouldn't be able to master it in a month.
Yeah, you're saying like it's like the muscles just cannot be built up that quick, even no matter how much time I've been spending a day. Like if I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm just throwing this out there, and then spent 12 hours a day with one lunch break just playing piano.
I mean, you probably
is that a physical
could.
possibility?
I think it would be.
Okay, so here's the question. This project, the point of it is kind of to discover where the limits are in that, because my life is, I decide my own schedule, so if I want to do that, I can do that.
Yeah.
So the question, so it is physically possible for me to learn
It
piano in a
depends on
month.
how complex of a music piece you're trying to learn, because you could get pretty advanced in a month if
Do you think
really went
I have
for
my
it.
piano book, right? Do you think I could play the last page
Yes.
on it in
Yes.
a month if I did that 12 hours a day?
That piano book, you could definitely finish that book in a month, because
Okay.
it's a pretty beginner-friendly book, and if you really committed to it, like really, because it takes a while to get through a book. So if you really went for that and really made that your main priority for this month, you probably could.
And the real question is, though, how many hours a day are required? Because I do, this is a surprise, have other things in my life besides piano.
Wow. Yeah,
And-
if you really committed to it, I
Yeah,
think
if I
you could.
dropped everything, and I've considered when I was thinking about this project whether dropping everything is worth it for the experiment, for the fun, and in the end, I do like having more in my life besides the one project, because then you can kind of get way too much in your own head if you're just doing that project, and also it's just not fun, it's not healthy. You need variety in life. But I do really like really getting into it. Like later it is discussed, I'm already playing like probably 4 hours of piano a day.
That is
hours.
good.
Oh, really? That's a lot.
Or spending that much time like in front of the piano. But so I'm already like, my brain is already just like only working in the mode of piano. Like I was chewing to the beat of the Saints Go Marching or whatever. Like I realized, because my brain, if you do something like long enough or hard enough, your brain will just start doing that thing. And that's kind of a fun thing to try. Like in my chess month, I only dreamed in chess. I'm not kidding, I had no other dreams.
Oh my
In
gosh.
my Constitution month, all of my thoughts about every moment where I'm like, I wonder how this connects to the like American government and like rights in the Constitution. Like every time we got cut off in traffic, I'm like, due process of law. That's an interesting idea. I'm probably gonna be like hearing notes and everything, and just my entire experience this month will be about piano. And I won't like understand how like experts feel and think about piano because their entire lives are devoted to piano. But I think in a way I will be closer to that than if I spent 1 year slowly learning piano, because I kind of get to experience that intense cycle that like someone who really plays piano feels on a day-to-day basis, but just in a different way. So that's what's interesting about this project. I do like obsessions over spread out ideas.
You're speed running piano.
Speedrun, no, that is literally this
Yeah.
That is literally this project. If you guys don't know what speedrunning, it's when you take a video game and you try to finish it as fast as you can, and there are people who do it like crazy fast, they know like all the tricks. I'm speedrunning, but every time I'm just doing it for my first try. Most speedrunners gonna do it like 15 times. It's always my first try.
How long have you been playing piano so far?
6 days.
6 days?
Wait, no,
So-
not even that. Yeah, but around 6 days.
Yeah, so if you're really actually are committing like 5 hours a day, which I think actually is like super impressive that you do that amount of time, like
Well, the thing is, I thought I would hate playing piano, but whenever I'm away from the piano, I'm like, I want to go to the piano.
yeah, it is addicting, but I just never really could get into it that much that I could do like an hour a day.
Here's the interesting thing about this project is, for me, oftentimes the hardest part about learning the skill is the getting started. John Green has this great quote that the hardest part about writing is opening the Word document, and I found that to be true. So like if I'm in the middle of super intense learning one skill, that's kind of all I'm thinking about, so I want to do it, and it's really easy to keep playing piano. But if I haven't played piano for 2 weeks and like whatever, and I'm only like half good at it, I don't really want to. Just like how the past couple weeks I have not been working as hard on chess as I should be. Like I want to be like thinking about chess more and practicing more, but I was totally fine doing that during my chess month, just because it kind of takes effort to get into that mode. But if you're already in that mode,
I kind of had that when I had like violin, when I started violin. Like I had to start with plucking and everything, and I was so angry because I just wanted to start using the bow and actually making it sound like a violin. And then it took me like literally a year to actually start making at least a nice sounding sound.
yeah.
And then after like 3 years or so, I can actually play a pretty good song, and I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Our guests, I don't think, want to be here while I am recording the bit, the more journalistic bit, so we'll just, I'll do that on my own, so they're going to disappear for a bit, but they will be back for our How I Failed This Week segment and our outro. Welcome. We're here now in a better audio quality studio. I'm planning to build a studio eventually. Haven't done it yet. It might be the building I build. But, we must get into our section of, what was going on this week, day by day, journalistic stuff. I recorded way more this week, and it was definitely interesting because this month may have the best or most interesting audio recordings because piano is an audio interface. And
you guys will be able to literally hear me improve, whereas at chess and Constitution Month, you just got to hear me talk about it unless actually hear it occur. That'll be fun. So why don't we jump right on in?
Okay. Monday, March 1st is the first day of Piano Month of March. March, which I consider a spring month. I don't actually technically know if it is, but it feels like that. It's not very springy today. It's very unbouncy. It's cloudy, but warm, so I'll take that. I just rode my bike over to my old house to grab my phone because I accidentally left it there while recording. I have a lot of editing and stuff to do, but I've decided for the good of humanity, and mostly because I don't want to, and because my dad's using the computer, not to edit now. I'll do that later tonight, and to learn piano now, because that's exciting. Honestly, like an hour ago, I felt pretty crappy. Like I didn't really want to do anything. I was just watching YouTube videos, which is an ineffective use of time, because I was a little overwhelmed. But I thought, hey, why not get started, do some piano practice, exercise, get good piano, and then I had to go grab my phone so I could get some recordings off that for the podcast, and that bike ride was helpful. And then my friend Lex called, and he's like, he knows piano stuff, so he's gonna come over and give me some pointers and be less bored, so that's gonna be chill. And that's also motivating, having a friend come help you, so you're not just like, yeah, because I was pretty unmotivated, so my friend Lex is gonna help me learn some very basic piano. I'm gonna finish editing. Oh, here's my house. And then I'm going to, get started. It's exciting. I've been wanting to do piano for a while now. And I'm excited to actually do it. But I admit, I'm not excited to edit. So I'm gonna have to find a way to speed edit. Because we have limited time today, like every day. And it's already 2:35. How is it already 2:35?
I think sometimes you just feel crappy, and the best cure is to get going, to do something, anything, and that definitely worked here.
Okay, here I am at the piano. Honestly, I'm scared because I actually need to set a real goal. My goal was to play a song in front of people. Any song can be played in front of people. So I think I'm gonna set my sights, just dust on the piano, on a song, and then then that'll be my goal. I just want to become acquainted with the ivory a bit more. We have this not electric, I guess. It's a digital piano. It does have weighted keys and everything. Now that we've moved, it's in kind of its own room, so I can play to my heart's content. I'm basically already an expert if you guys want to hear my level of talent. Wait, no? What is it? I'm playing to go to star. Nope, you see? We have a long way to go. Let's try that again. Okay, let's actually not play with one finger. Nope. What's the second verse? Like a diamond in the sky. How do you do that? Twinkle, twinkle, oh, twinkle, twinkle, little, oh, twinkle, twinkle, little, oh, twinkle. Why do I keep doing that bad part over again? Twinkle, twinkle, little, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. No? C, press on C.
As you can hear,
Meant to do that.
I'm basically Mozart. But since I'm filled with mercy, I have cut the majority of me figuring it out.
Boom! Yeah, I'm basically there. So obviously, as you can hear, my piano talent is very limited. I took piano in 3rd grade. I remember none of what I learned besides what middle C looks like. Sorry, middle D. You see, I learned so much.
Nope, you were right on the first count, bud. It's middle C.
I remember the very beginning of Jingle Bells. And then you're like, I don't know. So really, I know nothing. Though I've always kind of wanted to be able to play piano. I've always wanted to play an instrument. I like music. I think I actually have an okay ear for music. I can tell when someone's off key. I can identify notes if given small amount of training to tell me like if someone's like, yeah, I don't know. I can hear music, but I can't sing at all. I possess no singing talent. It's terrible because I have the worst of both worlds. I am bad at singing, but I can also tell that I'm bad at singing. But regardless, I'm pretty bad at musical stuff. But I want to be better. I want to challenge that belief about myself, and be able to be like, boom, 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 boom. Hopefully Lex will come over and he'll give me some stuff. He actually started to teach me the very beginning a couple weeks ago of the Charlie Brown theme. I remember none of it, and my hands were very tired. So I'm gonna have to be doing some like finger working out to get like strong, like be able to reach and stretch my fingers all over the piano. My first piano lesson is gonna be this Friday, so that means I have a whole like week basically before I get any real guidance, which makes me admittedly nervous because what happens if I waste the entire week? But I plan to, with the pointers from Lex, I'm going to get some apps and a ton of that stuff, train my piano knowledge. And so by the time my piano teacher comes, I'm imagining he'll sit down and be like, so you're new to piano? And I'll be like, yeah, I am. And then I'll play like Beethoven's Third Reich. That's German. That's not what... Third Reich is not what piano is. We're gonna have to figure this whole thing out.
Obviously you will. You just called piano a Nazi thing.
I hope to be able to maybe start a little above nothing, like knowing nothing when the piano teacher comes. And I would like to maybe have them be like, oh look, you already know something, that's helpful, and then we can be a little speedier. But there's also a good chance he'll show up and be like, you are an absolute failure. How do you even call yourself at this beautiful piano, you absolute monster? That's exactly what he's going to say. My sisters and brothers, especially Pearl, have been practicing with some apps, and even though they weren't doing this as a project at all, they are already better than piano than me. Well, they started better because they're talented, unlike me, but just with a little bit of practice, so maybe I can speed that up, and by the end of this month, you won't be only hearing... messed up like 8 times. Yeah, maybe by the end of this month, you won't be hearing anything better than Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, but maybe I'll be playing it like without failures. Maybe it'll be like a really fancy Twinkle Twinkle Little Star with a lot of like boom, 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 like on the side. I know you can do that somehow, according to my Daniel Thrasher knowledge.
Daniel Thrasher, check him out on YouTube. Great comedy YouTuber. Also teaches you very limited piano information.
This is Lex. He's here. He showed up. Took him long enough.
Yeah, I'm Alex.
Yeah. We're gonna hear more from him later.
What are the basics you know?
So you see, I know you hit it and it makes a sound, and that's like really the end of my knowledge.
Oh, all right. So
I know what middle C is. I know how to play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Mm-hmm. I used to read sheet music, so I understand that going this way, right? Mm-hmm. Middle C is kind of floating off of the lines, and then D and E are on the lines, and then some of them are above the lines.
Kinda, yeah.
Okay, I'm a genius.
Yeah, so it just like goes up the lines, like starting from middle C going,
Why would they start at C? Why wouldn't they start at A?
I don't know. It's dumb.
Okay.
That's because actually no. They start at C because this one is C, and that one is
A.
No.
So you're saying A is not the bottom. A is not the lowest note.
You make a point.
As you can see, neither of us are experts, but we tried our best.
Alright, so what question anything?
Okay, so where do I go? So do I start learning sheet music? Where do I go next?
I would start learning like the right hand first, and then the left hand separate, and then eventually
get my hand real strong.
Yeah, kind of get your hand strong. You have to gain muscle memory. You know.
Is there any like weights I can lift with my fingers?
You have to get used to like doing like really fast and stuff.
That was fast. Teach me Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh, I don't know that off the top of my head.
Oh, what are you even? You're not even.
I don't know. So of course I don't even remember how Mary Had a Little Lamb went.
Okay, what do you know? Do you know anything?
No.
What do you even call this?
Guitar.
Yes, of course.
Well, Lex was here. I mean, he taught me some of the basics. We learned the notes, where to put your fingers, the position to be in. but we were able to do some real learning with an app and Lex's supervision and moral support. I was mostly learning from the app and he was just there. But that actually is most of our friendship. One of us will just be there while the other one is actually doing something.
Okay, after 30 minutes of practice?
Yeah.
4 minutes. I am basically Mozart. And to show you that, I'm going to play a Beethoven song because they were alive at the same time. History. Should I cut out me being confused about what a piano is?
So at the end,
Yeah, you probably should, mostly because it took 10 boring minutes for you to figure out what type of sheet music you needed. But in the end, I did figure it out, and I was able to play a bit.
Oh, well. How do I forget it?
I don't know.
Okay, we're doing it again.
you just scale up. No, 2 times.
Yes. We always forget this somehow. Oh, I did it again. No! It's the E, and I can. Okay. Okay.
Come on. Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Now I play the next bit.
Mm-hmm. No. What?
Oh, no. I start at middle C because I'm an idiot.
Oh, wait. You read this part because that's the left hand. Read
Yeah.
this part now. Down. Oh.
How is go? You dumb ass.
It was really fun, actually, to learn piano with Lex there. We were just laughing at all the things I did wrong, and the even more rare occasion when I did something right.
No. There's a D. I skipped one.
And then. Yes. Down. And then.
Oh,
Wait, should you get
joy.
Should you get the professional mic?
Piano. No. Professional? We're not professional around here. If people wanted professional, they would not come to a fool's idiot. Sorry, fool's errand is the name of the podcast. Oh.
And then. Down. Yes, you did it without even looking at the paper.
I just looked at my hands. And now if we edit that together and then edit me out and then put his actual song in, pretending to say it's me when I edit, it'll sound amazing.
Yes.
I'll trick the whole audience. All right, Lex.
Won't know a thing.
Now they won't know what hit him. Lex, now show off your best skill to us.
Alright, you better edit most of this out.
I don't think I will.
No. I'm off me. I basically did it. Most of the song.
Oh, that was fun. That was impressive. You can play the Peanuts song really well.
The what?
The Peanuts jingle.
Oh yeah, the.
Dude, you Paul.
Alright.
Impressive. I mean,
Cool beans.
it's way more fun to watch you learn than do it myself. It's so much less effort.
Yeah, and then also learning the little sad song.
So there's what Lex has to contribute. We did our best. I edited the podcast, and I woke up revving to play some piano.
I've done some practicing this morning, and I discovered, with Pearl's advice, that if I slow down, it becomes easier, which is something that I'm probably dumb for not realizing. I mean, like, I knew it was easier if I'm slow, but maybe I should go really slow if I wanted to try it. So I think I have Ode to Joy down. Let me see if I can do it. Thank you, Pearl. Now that I got that, I guess I'll try to learn a song with two hands. Or maybe just a more complicated song with my right hand.
I was feeling great, but my mood was kind of ruined by...
I just accidentally paid $60 for a piano app, so I may as well use it. I meant to click the free trial, but I clicked buy instead. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. Well, $60 gone. Guess I better use the app.
Wednesday, my piano teacher was coming, and I was ready to start playing piano with my other hand.
It's Wednesday morning, here at the piano again. Turn it on. Right now, I feel like the piano room's a little messy. Maybe I should clean it and organize it so it's a nicer place to stay. But it's actually the Dungeons and Dragons / game room. So it's pretty disorganized right now, so that'd be nice to organize it. But I feel like every season, is that what we're calling each month in this podcast? Every month I'm cleaning a new space. It just starts with cleaning, because you need to have a clean space to get work done. Well, I will start and practice a bit with that app I accidentally bought. My piano teacher is coming this afternoon, so then I should actually start doing real piano stuff. Talk to you guys then. Okay, so I've been playing piano all morning, and I can do two hands on the first line of Jingle Bells. And the second line, but I can't do it on the other verses. I can do it every other verse basically. I can't do it on the second or the fourth verse, which goes like with one hand. If it's just my right hand, goes. But if I have to do it with the other ones, this is what I sound like. Oops.
And after 30 minutes, I was doing it okay, but I admit there were moments of frustration.
I've been trying at this for 30 minutes. I just can't seem to get my brain to like it. Okay, one more time. Or a couple more times, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we're still, okay, we're gonna take it really slowly. 'Why do I not think to take it really slowly? I'm I have to play it at the speed I want to just go very slow. Slow down. Okay, I'm going to try that again. I'm still slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Wait, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
But my piano teacher came, and not to brag, but totally to brag. He said I was a super fast learner.
Good morning, everyone. I got a lot of sleep last night, and I think like 9 hours, and I feel invincible. I can't be stopped. I don't know. I am on top of the world. So ready to go. I have work today. Yeah, I got a job recently. I only work 2 days a week. I work at an ice cream place, but it's actually pretty chill there. So I'm going to be able to do writing while I'm at work, and then back at home I can do all my other stuff. I scheduled everything out yesterday so I could fit that in, and I realized the main reason I got the job is I realized that a lot of projects take money. Like, I'm paying a piano teacher, and I accidentally bought a really expensive app, so on and so forth. So if I want to continue being able to do these projects, for example, I think one of the most expensive ones would probably be building a building. You need building supplies for that. You can't do that with no money, so I need this job. So yeah, and I mean, it's also nice. It's fun to have a job, and I'll still be able to do work and stuff there. Really excited to be playing piano. I've really had fun so far. Once again, I mean, do I enjoy everything? Does it turn out? Because so far in all these months, I've enjoyed it. But I guess it's only been 3 out of the 12. And maybe tomorrow I'm going to start hating piano. Who knows?
The next day, I did not start hating piano, and so far I've discovered that every month I go kind of crazy in one way, and I have discovered which way I'm going to be going crazy in this month.
So I'm at work right now. It's pretty chill. It's a slow morning, so I can do a lot of writing back here, which is nice. I'll probably be doing more writing now that I have a job because it'll force me to just sit for a long time so I can write. But I was telling Esther, who's my sister and I'm out of my sandwich, and also one of my coworkers, that every month when I do something, for that month, my brain starts only working in that way, and it's already happening with piano. Like I was chewing my lunch to the tune of Claire de Lune, to the beat of it. So maybe I'll be able to sing a little better or something after this month because my brain will be so much on music. Or maybe I'll just go crazy.
In fact, I was able to get to start on a pretty fun song.
Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, so I'm learning to mix chords. I think I may have said this yesterday, but I'm learning to mix chords with music. So I'm playing "Mary Had a Little Lamb" plus chords. My fingers are weak, so I oftentimes just slam that whole side of the piano. And I also have to switch what chord I'm playing, and I'm not very good at that. But we're gonna try it. Yeah, but here we go. How it goes. Wait. Wait. Oops. Hey, that doesn't sound bad.
You guys don't know how much bad piano playing I had to cut out.
Okay, I finally managed to get the switch right. At least I feel like I did, so I'm gonna play it. You guys can see how it sounds. It's like 40 minutes later, my hands are very sore, but we'll do this. Since I'm recording, as soon as I start, I'm just gonna let's just get that out of the way. Let's mess up on our first try, and then we can try again. it very well. And I played F when I should have just skipped right to G, G, C. Should have been. Boom! I did it. It still isn't the best, but I'm the type of person where as soon as I can kind of do something, I move on to the next thing. Notice the fact that I'm not trying to learn 12 skills in 12 months, because I get bored. Now let's go to When the Saints Go Marching. Is that it? Okay. Then I go. Oh, dang, that's fun. That looks fun. Yeah. Let's make sure my fingers are in the right spot. There we go. There it goes. And then I go. Oh, I see. So I'll go G, and then I go. And then I go. I'll try to play the entire thing like we did last time, and we can probably put them side to side of me being really bad at it. So let's just go all the way through, continuing even with mistakes. And then we also play. Wait. Oh yeah, that sounds really fun. I really like that opening bit, which goes into. It's really fun, and then the rest of it's really fun too. And every song's more fun to learn because it sounds more like a real song.
Now, I'm not entirely sure how much you want to hear me mess up with the song because it took forever, so I'll speed it up. Here are a couple samples of the process.
Wait, no, then it goes.
So I played that again, and again, and again, and again, and again.
Here's the thing. I can play all the right notes most of the time, but I can't play. I'm having a really hard time with the pacing because this is the first song I played where there are
moments where you have to pause for one beat, and I don't really know how to. I'm not really good at that. So here's what it sounds like without the good pacing. Oops. Oops. So it took me like the entire day, but eventually I whipped out the phone and thought, hey, I can record it now and it'll work. And I have to admit that I had to try a couple times, and I've edited those out for your sanity, but eventually I was able to play it through relatively successfully. Okay, the timing's still a bit off, but I'm getting closer. I really discovered that I just need to pay attention to the sheet music, watch it, and play certain parts a little faster than I am and other parts a little slower. Obviously, it ain't perfect, but that's a long way from where I started. You know what? Why don't we listen to those the first song I recorded and this song side by side right now? And as you can hear, there was some improvement. And honestly, that's, I think, why this month is going to be super fun. Similar to Constitution Month, I have, no skill in this area. But unlike Constitution Month, I'll be able to really hear and feel my improvement. And I mean, lots of people have pianos. This is going to be a useful skill. It's a fun skill. And I'll just be able to understand music a little better. So I'm super excited to go from that to maybe, Beethoven, or just like piano a bit more and understand it a bit more. I do need to set a concrete goal. I'm thinking about that. But why don't we jump into our segment, How I Failed This Week, where we'll have our guests in terrible audio quality again.
You failure.
I have a segment on my podcast called How I Failed This Week because this 12-month project is about learning to accept failure and learning from failure and getting up from failure. So the segment is basically what I learned this week, like the biggest thing I learned through a mistake or through a failure. I know it's surprising, guys, that I fail, but
I'm shocked.
I know, right? But the way I failed this month was this week. It's a kind of a twofold thing. I was thinking about it before the episode. First off, on that subject about being quick, my piano teacher who said that one of the greatest mistakes all of the students have is they want to rush it. They want to get to the fun bits and they don't learn the real bass things. And I definitely have experienced that. As soon as I can play a song through without a mistake, I move on to the next song, even though if I can't consistently play that song through. But I want to try to slow down because it'll be better in the long run, and in the long run I mean in the next 24 days, and in the entire process of me learning the piano. So I think that's kind of one of the bigger mistakes I made this week as I was going fast. Have you guys experienced that, Lex? Did you have it in skills or in learning instruments and stuff?
Yeah, I had that when I was learning Maple Leaf Rag, which is an old town sounding piano song.
It's pretty classic.
And when I was playing it at first, I was like, "Whoa, this sounds cool. I know this part." But then when I got to the high part, I barely knew that, and I played the first part quick. And then when I got to the high part, it sounded completely out of beat. So then it took me 2 weeks or a week to actually get it sounding smooth and on beat.
Yeah, Pearl. It was funny. This is a part we'll mention when we get the journalistic section. It took me 2 days to realize that maybe I should try playing the songs at a slow pace if I want to play them well. Yeah. So that was a weird idea. And so I have to become more comfortable with that because at heart I kind of like moving on. Everyone's I think is a perfectionist in a lot of ways, but I also like to get to the fun bits. With writing, I'm a bit more of a perfectionist where I will take forever working on something. But with other skills, sometimes it's I just want to do the big cool thing. But sometimes there is a good balance of perfectionism and also actually still doing it and moving forward. So I'm trying to.
Yeah, you can kind of connect that with everything in life. At school, when I'm working on a project, if I rush it, then it's not going to be as great. But if I take my time, then it's actually going to be a pretty good project.
And if you spend all of your time trying to make it perfect, which is a state it could never be at, that's a waste of time. You might overthink it, right? Like a lot of people say that every first draft is perfect of a book or of anything you're writing because all a first draft have to do is exist. And I think many authors have that problem where they're constantly thinking, I need to be writing something that's good. But really, it is much better to have written anything than have written anything even bad than have written nothing at all, because you can edit something and you can learn from it. So that's kind of the point of this project, is to do things badly, because to do something good, you have to first do it badly a lot. But what you don't want to do is just keep doing it bad forever, because you never want to sit in doing it bad. Because it's almost a form of perfectionism to try to jump to the next thing, because you don't want to take your time and slow down and really you don't want to be bad at it. You want to get to the parts where you're good at it, you know?
I feel like that's what happened with me with reading the music. I didn't want to learn how to read the music.
It's work. You have to be bad at it.
Yeah,
be bad at things
didn't
kind of
want to
hurts.
learn how to read it, so I just kind of faked it, and eventually when music got really hard, I didn't want to put in the effort to do the part I enjoyed doing because I had to work through reading it, which I didn't know how to do really. And I would say, for me, it was getting lost in playing it, because I would say I'm a pretty, I really enjoy music and I get lost in it, so I would start playing something, and for me, once I know how to play it, I'll play it a lot, and I'll just enjoy that motion of the notes and stuff. So I never paid attention to the actually reading it, because it didn't feel important to me, I guess. So it's about finding that balance and slowing down. And I'd say also, if you're practicing 5 hours a day, to make sure you're taking regular breaks, every 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah, I've discussed it before, and it is really a weird idea for sometimes when you're trying to memorize something or do something, the best thing you can do is not do the thing for 30 minutes, and then you come back and it's boom, it just works.
Yeah, take a break to reflect for a second.
It lets your brain actually process what you've been doing. Yeah, and I think it's really, a lot of the times the reason we quit something is not because the thing is hard, but because we don't like the feeling of being bad at the thing, of failing at the thing. I think humans are naturally and I may be explaining this wrong or it might sound sappy, but we're naturally like to do hard things, right? Like we all seek it, but we don't like to be bad at things. No one likes to like have the feeling like I'm failing. So if we can let go of that feeling and accept being bad at something, we like to do hard things. Frustration does not come unless you are angry at yourself, right? You can be doing something bad and not be frustrated. And that's kind of why so far piano's been so fun, is because I had no expectations I'd be good at piano because I'm not musically talented. Whereas with chess, I kind of had some expectations I'd be good at chess because I kind of had that idea about myself. So I could be really frustrated at myself, like, why aren't you winning? With piano, it's been like, why am I not hitting the right notes? It's like, because I played piano for like 2 weeks, like not even 2 weeks, 4 days. Of course you're not hitting the right notes. So it's a lot easier just to keep going and keep doing it.
There's a saying, fail forward fast, and it's all about you want to fail so you can learn from that and reassess that, and then you move forward from what you learned from that experience.
Because, oftentimes, I really agree with that. I feel like we'll fail and we'll fall down, and instead of, like, getting back up, we'll just, like, hit ourselves in the face while we're laying there in the mud. It's like, you idiot, just, like, slamming ourselves in the mud. Or just, like, if I get up again, I could fall again, and that would hurt. So, yeah, I know I've experienced that tons of times, and I know the reason I did this 12-month project is not because I'm good at failing. I'm not good at that, and that's why I did this, is so I could work against that and get good at failing. Because I'm not naturally good at it. I'm very much a success, achievement-oriented person to the point where I need to be able to accept failure if I want to be able to do stuff. So thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of A Fool's Errand. Sorry for I know we normally have bad audio quality, but this is a new low for us. I'm pretty proud.
That's impressive, actually.
Thank you, our guests, for coming out here. Normally when like podcasters have guests, they're like people of note, so like you tell them like their Twitter or like their book they're selling, but my friends aren't people of note.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you?
At least not yet.
Well, I'm selling cups of dirt. They're out.
Yeah, we are all very popular.
Yes.
You're the only one that needs to get on them.
I think y'all will all be peoples of note. So maybe in the future I will edit in like buying like Lex's book on like
How to explode a car motor in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Yes, I have to.
That is something Lex would
Lex
actually
is
know
the
how to
new
do.
philosopher.
but it's philosopher spelled with an F.
He's the new Plato.
If you guys want to leave a review, that'd be great. Any amount of stars, but 5 stars would be best. Subscribe if you want to hear future episodes and want to hear how close I am to actually learning piano next month. Sorry guys that I haven't been getting the episodes out on YouTube. I've said that every episode, but maybe I should really actually try for reals to make them come out faster.
Write in your planner.
Yeah. But put a comment on YouTube. Maybe send us shoot us a tweet at afoolserrandpod on Twitter or afoolserrand@gmail.com. Tell us what projects you're doing, how well you think I'll do. Any suggestions or feedback would be fantastic. Tell me why my friends are all dancing awkwardly in silence. And thank you all so much for listening. Love y'all. Keep failing.